Hi, welcome to another series on the Struggle of Being Christian. I'm Karen, and in this reading today, I want to read something that I read this morning. It's kind of been on my mind, and I figure if it's on my mind, that means I most likely need to share it. I opened up today to Psalms 69, and I read from the beginning, but I'm not going to read the whole thing. I'm going to start kind of midway and stop at a certain point. Anyway, so let's just go ahead and jump into it. I'm going to start at Psalm 69, verse 19. You know my shame, scorn, and disgrace. You see all that my enemies are doing. Their insults have broken my heart, and I'm in despair. If only one person would show some pity. If only one would turn and comfort me. But instead, they give me poison for food. They offer me sour wine for my thirst. Let the bountiful table set before them become a snare, and their prosperity become a trap. Let their eyes go blind so they cannot see, and make their bodies shake continually. Pour out your fury on them. Consume them with your burning anger. Let their homes become desolate, and their tents be deserted. To the one you have punished, they add insult to injury. They add to the pain of those you hurt. Pile their sins up high, and don't let them go free. Erase their names from the book of life, and don't let them be counted among the righteous. I am suffering and in pain. Rescue me, O God, by your saving power. Then I will praise God's name with singing, and I will honor him with thanksgiving. And I'm going to stop here. And I thought this was interesting. Because if you kind of go towards the beginning of this, David's talking about how he knows he sinned. And he knows right now, he's getting punished by God because he's asking God, hey, where am I? And he says, oh God, you know how foolish I am. My sins cannot be hidden from you. So right now he's experiencing all the pains he feels because of all the sins that he's committed. And now he has enemies. He has people laughing at him saying, where's your God now? Because he's going through some stuff. And he's wanting God to punish them. Even to the point that he's like, erase their names from the book of life. I thought that was extremely interesting. And then you kind of catch some of his emotion right here in verse 20 where he says, if only one person would show me pity, show some pity. If only one person would turn and comfort me. So he's in his pain. He's wanting people to relate and, have pity on him in his situation. Instead of them like mocking him and making fun of him and saying, hey, where's your God? He's wanting them to pay to the degree of asking God after he sinned, having the audacity to ask God to erase their name out of the book of life. But then it's funny. This is the part that caught me. And I was like, this dude is like really emotional. He's in his feelings right now because he's basically bartering with God, saying, I'm suffering and in pain. Rescue me, O God, by your saving power. Then, key word here, then I will praise God's name with singing. He doesn't say, I will praise you now in where I'm at. I don't need you to do all this stuff for me to follow you. I don't need all this to do all this stuff. So, I will continue to, praise you, or I'm going to praise you anyway, regardless of what you do. I'm going to find joy anyway, regardless of what you do. No, he's saying, rescue me, O God, by your saving power. Then I will praise God's name. When you think about it, just sitting back, just thinking about life and, where I've been in my walk, it's always easy when you're in a place, especially probably in your earlier walk. I want to say it's always easy to try to barter with God, especially when really we have no faith, really when we don't put our full trust in him, really when we want things done our way, how we think people should be punished for how they've hurt us or just things that have happened. It's easy to want to barter with God and say, well, when you do this, I will do that. When you do this, I will follow you. Lord, if you just remove this one sin from me or this one problem from me, Lord, I promise I'll give my life to you. Or I could equate it to this. Oh man, I'm laughing now, but it wasn't funny when it happened. When I used to drink. And I remember getting drunk one time and I was so sick. And I was like, God, if you just remove this feeling from me, I promise, I won't drink again. I will follow you, God. Or, you go through a bad relationship and be like, God, please just get me out of this place that I'm in, emotionally, because usually you'll be like so emotionally distraught that you're like, God, I just asked you to fix the situation I'm at. And if you do that, I'm going to give my life to you. I'm going to do right this time. I'm going to do what, I'm supposed to do. That's us bartering with God. And when I read these verses, that's what I hear. I hear David bartering with God, which means that don't fully trust him. Yes, you want help. Yes, you want to get out of where you at. And you're so desperate. Yes, you may feel it in your heart. That's what you really should be doing. But how often do you flip the switch and go right back to what you were doing before after God's pulled you out of that situation? So I want to say, if you're in this place where you're bartering with God, I think it's a good place to start and just sit back and really have a real honest conversation with yourself. Because those are just quick fixes. You're not taking them seriously. All it takes is one blow of the wind to blow you in another direction to go right back to what you were doing before. And if you're really, really wanting to give God praise and really give your life to Him and really follow Him, it starts with doing all the little things. And that could be something as simple as stop lying. It could be something as simple as, let me open my Bible and just read a small verse every morning. Then it could grow from that over time to, you know what, let me go check out a church. Or it could be, I'll watch a sermon on YouTube and so I can learn more, because sometimes you'll hear something from someone else and it will be that confirmation you need to hear, and God was using them. I just want to leave this thought that, if you're bartering with God, pray to Him to show you how to go about truly building a relationship with Him, truly hearing from Him, to truly have spiritual wisdom and understanding and how to process what's going on. Because I know it's so easy to feel lost. It's so easy to feel alone. And you're not alone. But God is always with us. Anyway, thank you so much for listening. Until next time, I'll talk to y'all then.